From the CAL FIRE Information Center, I'm Scott McLean with the Fire Situation Report for November 6, 2017. As we go throughout the presentation this afternoon, do ask some questions. It'll pull up on a monitor and I'll try and answer those as we go along. Over the past couple of weeks, the hot weather has finally begun to let up, and we even saw some rainfall in much of the state this past week. But looking back at the overall 2017 fire season, it was one of the most active and destructive fire seasons in recent history. CAL FIRE personnel responded to over 6,400 wildfires, burning over 500,000 acres, compared to the 5-year average of just over 4,500 wildfires, burning over 200,000 acres. You can see a significant difference in those figures. Combined across all jurisdictions, California wildfires burned over 1 million acres this year. That's throughout the state of California. The fire activity started early in 2017 and is continuing now into the fall months. Again, September, October usually are the most two devastating months in history for wildland fires. After an abundance of rainfall last winter, followed by an extremely hot and dry late spring, a lot of new vegetation growth all over California was primed for major wildfire activity. Major fire activity started early in April with fast spreading grass fires. And into June and July, the 2017 season was showing no signs of slowing down as all of that new vegetation just continued to dry out. In August and September, California was hit with several dry lightning events that also led to significant fire activity. And then just under a month ago, high winds and extremely low humidity led to the extremely and deadly and destructive October fire siege. All of this activity has meant firefighters have been extremely busy around the clock for months on end. And the work doesn't stop when the fires are out. Crews stay in the area well after a wildfire to perform fire suppression repair efforts on the landscape and watershed areas throughout those areas that were damaged. This work can go on for months after a fire has reached its full containment and is critical in protecting the communities surrounding those areas from flooding and mudslides due to the damage caused by the fires. You can see some work here. We'd like to take a moment to recognize all of those that have worked and continue to work so hard on the thousands of wildfires that occurred across the state and are helping to protect the people, the property, and the natural resources of California. We thank you. As I mentioned earlier, we're finally starting to see some relief from the hot and dry conditions in California. That means burn permit suspensions are being lifted in some areas. You still need to be careful. But it's important to remember that fire is a year-round occurrence in California. There is really no fire season left in California, especially in Southern California. It's year-round. Residents need to remain vigilant in preventing new fires from sparking. That means if you do choose to burn landscape debris, take care to do it safely. Make sure your pile is no larger than 4 foot by 4 foot, with 10 foot of clearance, bare soil, all the way around that pile. Larger piles can become unmanageable and are much more likely to start a wildfire. That's why the 4 by 4. You can add to that pile as it burns down. Also, make sure you are in attendance of your pile at all times and have a supply of water and a shovel nearby. Never, ever burn on a windy day. And lastly, before you burn your landscape debris piles, consider alternative ways to remove that debris, like hauling it to a biomass facility. For more tips on burning landscape debris piles, be sure to visit our website at readyforwildfire.org. With the overall fire activity slowing down, this will be the final fire situation report this year until we see a return to significant fire activity. As always, for fire prevention tips and the latest fire information or other general information that you may need, you can visit our website at fire.ca.gov. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. That's the latest on the fire situation in California. I'm Scott McLean. Stay safe and have a happy and safe Veterans Day weekend. Thank you.